Hi girls, welcome to another video. I really enjoyed making my book recommendations based on fashion trend video, so I decided to make another like fashion to books video, but this one's a little bit more general. And I'm just gonna be talking about fashion that I've been loving and a book to go with it. A lot of these, like, I don't know if they really are gonna make sense to some of you, but they just make sense to me, so let's just get started. Something I've been really loving, which I will put, oh my goodness. Oh, okay, well, oh god. I had to pause because my cat was in the closet. Don't know how long he's been stuck in there, but this is Mochi. He is a troublemaker, but he is so cute, so it doesn't matter. You know what? Let's just begin. Okay, one thing that I've been really loving in fashion is like pastel colors and just like color blocking with pastels. This has also been something that I've been like drawing a little bit, and especially with like hair colors I think is really cool. Or like this, just like lots of different pastel colors and just like matching different pastels together. I'll also insert some outfits that I saw on Pinterest that I really liked. And I don't know, I just feel like it's really fun. And even like for winter, like I think it'll be fun to have like a pastel winter. I think matching colors a lot in fashion is really fun. And the book I have to go with that is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Malors. I think that's how you say her name. I mean, first of all, the cover kind of just like matches the vibe, but this is about Cleo, who is 24 and living in New York. She is at different parties every night, and she has a student visa that is running out and a completely drained bank account. Real as fuck, let's be honest. Then on New Year's Eve, she meets Frank, who is a mega successful man who's also 20 years older than her. Frank is drawn to Cleo by her artistic and just like free nature, and Cleo is drawn to Frank because she kind of feels like he is the key to staying in New York. He can give her the security, the money, and the green card that she needs to stay in America. The book really explores Cleo and Frank as people and their relationship, and also other characters in their lives. And I don't know, it just really matched the vibe. I don't really know, but I mean the cover, and it's just a good book. Slay. Okay, the next trend or just thing in fashion I've been really liking is just lace, like lace everything. Lace skirts, layering with lace. Like I saw this one girl on TikTok that had a lace skirt underneath like a baggy t-shirt, and I thought that was really cool. And I just think like lace is a really cool detail to add. It adds more texture to your outfit, and I just think it's super dainty and cute. And to go with that, I have Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howard. Girl, I don't even ask me to say a name ever. But I don't know, I just think this book is dainty and summer vibes, kind of like lace. This takes place in the early 1990s in a small Irish town, and it focuses on Lucy, who feels really out of place in her town. It follows her through her teen years as she prepares to live the life that's expected of her, which is to marry her childhood friend and have him work on a farm while she stays at home with the kids, and it's just something she's really not looking forward to. But she just always feels like that was not the life that's right for her, and she just feels how different she is from everyone. She also has a major crush on her girl bestie Susanna, and she really just buries these feelings inside her for many years because she knows that it's not normal in the eyes of the town she lives in. But the summer before graduation, their friendship escalates into something more, if you know what I mean. And it ends up being the worst as well as the best thing that's happened to Lucy, and it's just a really interesting book. Their relationship is very sweet and I really love the story here, and I think it could be relatable to a lot of people. And it's just really good and summery and like atmospheric. I just like imagine like lace curtains, and I feel like that's what's connecting the lace themes here for me. But I don't know, I just really recommend this. It was really good and obsessive and I love it. The next like fashion thing I've been really liking is just like obnoxious graphics, especially on like t-shirts or on pants even, I think is really cool. Just something that really like makes your outfit stand out. And I think that really obnoxious graphics are kind of like camp and maybe seen as like a little bit tacky and overdone, but I think they're cool. And I feel like you can like style it in a really cool way. And with that, I have a really camp book for you, and that is Twilight. I know, but you know what this is about. I'm sure if you haven't read it, then at least seen the movies. And if you are a fan of the movies and haven't read the book, I highly recommend, because I feel like there's a lot of context to be gained that you don't get from the movies. I think it was really fun to read after watching the movies. I don't really feel like I have to explain this one, but I'm just gonna read the Goodreads description if you don't know what this is about. About 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how dominant that part might be, that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. So basically just like vampires, like werewolves, like you just have to read it, okay? And it's camp. Okay, next is something I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, but I totally agree, and that is like military or band style jackets. They usually have like a high collar and structured shoulders and just a lot of really cool button details, and I've been really just loving buttons on clothes and just like military glam. Which sounds so stupid, but with that, let me get my prettier copy of this actually. Oh god. Oh my god. Stacking books is so fun and cute until you like actually have to get a book out from the bottom. Anyways, the book I have is Good Girl by Aria Aber, I believe. I just really loved this book. I think the vibe just like matches with these jackets, and I don't know how else to explain it besides vibes, but Good Girl is about 19-year-old Neela. I don't remember how her name is pronounced. It's either Neela or Nilla or Nyla, or we're gonna say Nyla. I don't fucking know. But she's living in Berlin and she is really into photography and really wants to pursue that. She's into art and parties and drugs and the artistic underground techno scene in Berlin. At a party, Nyla meets Marlowe, who is an American writer who kind of shows her what it's like to be a struggling artist and just like shows her the reality of that. And they are kind of like into each other, of course. She finds herself being completely just pulled in by him, and their whole relationship just makes her question everything about herself and makes her question who she really wants to be. And I just really loved this. Marlowe's character kind of reminded me of Maddie Healy, like in like the worst ways, just like like druggy, like gross, like poetry obsessed man. I really love this book, and I can see the appeal. I can see what she saw in Marlowe, and I just think it's really relatable. And I'm 19 and I read this like when I just turned 19, and I just really loved it. And I don't know, I just feel like she is like such a cool girl, and like I don't know, I feel like she would like wear one of these jackets or something. I don't really know, but like just read this book. Okay, lastly, isn't really like a trend. I feel like this is like a forever thing, especially for me, but that is metallics and like silver and clothing. Like definitely in like jewelry and like arm cuffs I think are really cool in silver, but also in shoes. I have this really sick pair of Sambas that are silver with like black details, and they're so cool. I wear them with everything, and I think they really like spice up my outfits. But also just like other silver shoes, like there's these like boots I've seen, and just like ballet flats that are silver, I think are really cool. And I just think it brings a lot of like detail and like different dimension into your outfit. And with silver, the book I recommend you is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, our girl who wrote Gone Girl, of course. Like I was saying, I don't have a physical copy of this. I think I got it from the library or something, but this is a really good like thriller. The story is about Camille, who is a journalist, and she's just recently returned from a brief stay at a mental hospital. Camille is forced to return to her small hometown to cover the unsolved murder of a preteen girl and also the disappearance of another girl in the same town. She already has a strained relationship with her mother and is forced to reunite with her and stay in her childhood bedroom, so that just creates a lot of drama and like trauma resurfacing for her. I like this a lot. I think it really kept my attention, and it's like a good thriller, but also there's a lot more to it with the characters and everything. And she's just really like battling her trauma and trying to figure her shit out. And I really liked it, and I thought it was really good. But yeah, those are all of the books and fashion things I have to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any other ideas for me for book videos or things you want to see from me, definitely let me know. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.